What a divine looking place this is. Never thought I'd see the day where the Temple of Time of all places would get a glow up. They really outdid themselves, didn't they? Well, I think that's enough for one day. Time to go back. Yeah, we're not going to the Temple of Time quite yet because I want to get those bugs turned in as soon as possible. Besides, we have a portal to warp over to the Secret Grove now. So, we don't have to take the long trek to get to the Grove in the first place anymore. Greetings all, it's Blue Knight and welcome back to the Legend of Zelda, Twilight Princess. Previously, we entered the Secret Grove once again and fought Skull Kid before unveiling the door to the past, and, more importantly, like we saw, to the Temple of Time. Today, we are gonna get to the Temple of Time, but before we do that, like I said, I want to deliver those bugs off to Agatha so we can finally finish off this long, long golden bug quest. It's been going on for ages. It really got delayed because we just couldn't get to the female snail since it was stuck in the Temple of Time somehow. Again, how was it able to go there and last as long as it did? Questions that we do not need the answers to, because quite frankly, doesn't really concern us. Oh, Agatha! Finally got those last couple of bugs that you were looking for. Yes, I have. This should be, oh, right, I did hand in one of the other bugs from before. Right, because I had the snail in for the longest time. Let's start... Yeah, let's have this in right away. So we can complete this pair. Because the Dayfly is the only one we haven't turned in yet. More importantly, we have a pair here. So we get 100 rupees off the bat. Money that's not really needed for us at this point, besides for protection, but it's still nice to fill up our wallet. Just want to show that off that we turned in the first Dayfly, because I want to save the description for last. So I turned in the female off screen, so I want to turn the Dayfly on screen, which was found in the Gerudo Desert. A golden-bodied male Dayfly. Who's your friend? You're a little Dayfly, aren't you, you little cutie? Little Dayfly, little Dayfly. I want to take your colorful tail and make the loveliest braid ever. Actually sounds kinda not bad. But at the same time, I'm sure it wouldn't be as harmless for the bug itself. So again, Agatha, you crazy. Oh, this means we have all the bugs have made it to the ball safely. And everyone has a partner. They all look so happy. You worked very hard. Your efforts will forever be passed down the Insect Kingdom, brave knight. Please accept this declaration of honorable citizenship and the memento that goes along with it. By completing this quest, we get the giant wallet. In all the versions, this would help us hold 1,000 rupees, but the HD version, we can hold up to 2,000. If you ever feel like talking to the bugs again, you know where to go. Oh boy am I happy. I'm surrounded by bugs. Here, listen. Can you hear the happy calls of the bugs? Lady, the only bugs I will ever stand for are the ones in Bug Fables, because that's actually a really good game with some incredible world building. And the characters are pretty good and well written. These bugs, nah, they look pretty and all, and they just make this place look a lot more glowy and beautiful than what it used to be, but I'm not as obsessed with that as you are. So you can just have your bugs and party until, I guess, until you go to bed, or you just get tired and want to rest. I don't know. Just you do you, Agatha. I don't have to be concerned about you anymore. It's a shame I didn't get a orange rupee for that, but hey, I got a wallet. That's even more profitable than any amount of money could do. Because that means you can hold more money in said wallet. Weird Agatha aside, it is pretty cool that we have this entire grid filled out now. All that hard work was pretty worth it in the end. Not just to see this entire screen now completely filled, but also to have a very big wallet, even though it's not really going to be useful in the grand scheme of things. Still, it could be pretty good for our magic armor, considering that we do actually fill up our wallet again, because that's going to take quite a bit of time to do so. And now I'll enter the Temple of Time for real. I really want to know what these hieroglyphs say. Sure, if I look up online, I might be able to find the meaning. I hope it actually means something, unlike the ones we saw at the entrance of the Lake Bed Temple. And this room, though, this room in particular, it does kind of stir up memories from my experiences playing Ocarina of Time, though. I mean, I remember that this was the very first game I saw the Master Sword in when it came to Zelda games. So, this room in particular, I guess it does mean a lot more to me than I thought it would. Which means it was the first time I got to see one of my favorite looking items, or favorite looking weapons of all time. But I bet your fancy Ocarina of Time never did that, did it? I totally forgot she was here too. Oh my god. Okay, suddenly I don't like this place as much anymore. I was gonna say, your fancy Ocarina of Time didn't do that before, that now did it. That was right before Uku had to interrupt me. Well, I see we have a fancy staircase. I'm kind of two minds when it comes to the Temple of Time. On one hand, in a way, this feels like the game's kind of jumping the shark when it comes to Ocarina of Time comparisons and throwbacks and references and all that. But on the other hand, this place is really, really gorgeous. And the fact that we have this now, this new staircase available, I don't know, it kind of makes you think about how much the Temple of Time was really hiding back in Ocarina of Time. I mean, this is supposed to take place in one of the three timelines after Ocarina of Time happened, so if this was like a quote-unquote successor or sequel to Ocarina of Time, then it kind of expands on how much the Temple of Time itself was really hiding. It's just my take on it. Kind of a mixed bag feel, but it's what we got now. But this is definitely going to be a much more different Temple of Time than what we were used to back in its original game. It's going to be a lot more puzzle heavy too, from what I remember. Lake, don't you think there's something odd about that statue? In the grove and in the temple entry, there are always matching ones on each side, but there's only one here. Why don't you use your senses and take a look around? It's a very good tip, Minda. Let's do just that. After all, our senses have always been the first thing that we need to rely on whenever we had to investigate where we had to go in a new place. I knew it! There was one more here originally. We need to find the other statue in this temple that matches that one. And away we go! Now, where it's gonna be to go? That's gonna be the big question we'll have to figure out. Go over here first? No. I know we could go over here. But I know we have to raise this up. This is actually a platform that little brighter tile-like placement on the floor is, but I don't remember how to do it. I think we're gonna press out a switch somewhere. That's gonna be the key. Finding where the switch is, though. Again, that's the big thing. Oh wait, no. What am I thinking? This is just making me overthink things a little too much, I think. Is it here? No, that's not it. Oh wait, there it is. Of course, it was staring me right in the face and I didn't even see it. Typical me. Typical me and my lack of knowing my surroundings sometimes. There. Now we're really getting somewhere. Let's climb up there. And now we're on our way. But fortunately, we got Uku now stepping in front of us. No hiding in any sort of pottery this time. And even worse, she's got her son with her too. The hideousness has been doubled. Not so fast. At last, this is it. This is where I've been trying to get to. The ancient technology of our people sleeps in this place. We searched all over, and now we're so close I can smell it. Once we find that thing, we can go home at last. Oh, gracious, yes! Young man, we're so close, so please help us find what we're looking for. And no questions asked, she joins us once again. Like we're ever gonna use her. But apparently, being the temple time matters a lot more to Uku than expected. Fortunately, there's a key over there that we need to get to, but I'm pretty sure I know where we have to go. We need to line up these torches, because of course seeing these in this formation obviously means time something. Now as we put it away, Link, put it away please. Thank you. I don't know what's over my gamepad's left stick as of late. It feels like it's not making Link as responsive as I want it to be. Like I mentioned before, I haven't done anything bad to it specifically. So I hope it's not like being worn down that much. Or maybe that's just how finicky Twilight Princess's movie has really been. Maybe it's just my memory being hazy on me, but I remember this game controlling a lot better in the Wii version in some parts. Most importantly, including your general movement. I don't know why, I just feel like I'm having a lot more trouble finding the controls when it comes to moving around Link sometimes now. Maybe it's just me, or probably I'm just figuring out just how tough, quote unquote, that the movement in this game can really be. Well, anyways, we got to this part now, and we already encountered a Goba. And these things are gonna be lying around all over the place. Better than the Skulltulus, though. I can say that much. Come on, Link. See, this is what I'm talking about. I want Link to stay still, but he keeps going off to the side. Hope this my gamepad's not like wearing down or anything, because I really don't want that to be the case. I mean, the gamepad's kind of essential when it comes to playing the Wii U. Of course, there's the Pro Controller, but some games, having the gamepad to play with, it's actually quite an advantage, and this game is one of those cases. So I hope nothing bad is happening to my gamepad in general. Oh wait, I know what to do here. So what we have to do, I'll pull up my bow for this. Snipe that out. There we go. Now we can go further in. Oh, it's Alphos. Forgot these were here too. But they've never been a challenge to us. I mean, they can try to be, but try doesn't mean succeeding. We'll finish you off too. Oh, there's another one over there. Yeah, take that. But I see a brand new enemy we haven't seen before. Right before I get my little twirl in. Been a while to see that, I feel. Now this thing may look like a little statue. If you get close to it, it comes to life. This is an Armos. One of the few common enemies you might find in Zelda games, I feel. More often in the 3D games than the 2D, in my opinion. What we gotta do is get behind it to attack the gem on its back. That's the weak spot. Of course, the backslash is gonna be your most advantageous move in trying to deal with them. There is an unused enemy I found related to the Armos that could be put back in the game somewhat. It was known as the Armos Titan. It looks similar to the Sacred Grove statues we saw when we were given the Master Sword. By the way, here's the dungeon map. And his model couldn't be seen in the HD version, yet its shadow still remains in the files of the game. Furthermore, if you're able to get this unused enemy into the game, it can still hit you and you can still damage it. So it did go pretty far when it comes to functionality. But for some reason, it ended up going unused in the final product. I don't know, I thought that would be a kind of a clever take on the Armos because they're pretty simple to deal with in concept and execution. And they're not like the toughest enemies to fight. So I would have loved to see like a different variation of what the Armos enemy would be like in that kind of scale. Let's put this one down the other switch. Let's put this down the other switch. And that door opens. I also want to check the dungeon map, so I don't forget about that. I know for a fact I want to show off one of these floors, but look at how tall this place is. Not only is the temple time like really big in width, but in height too. 8 floors. We never had anything like that before. I wonder if I can find it though. Again, this could be my memory playing tricks on me, but I swear. Oh, there it is! There it is! I thought for sure that I was. No, don't do that. Look at me, even after all this time, I still don't know how to control the map properly. I can't really move it around. No, I could. I can just do it with the gamepad the whole time. All this time, I had trouble with the map, trying to move it around in zoomed in mode, and all it took was just use the gamepad. Why did I think of that before? Why did I think about doing this with the touchscreen, and that way it could have worked? Man, I'm such an adult sometimes. Anyways, what I was trying to point out is that the bottom floor here looks like a clown face, and that has always amused me. I don't know why they decided to make it that way. Maybe it had to be intentional. It's gotta be intentional. There's no way they could have thought that make it like that, and no one would notice and think that looks kind of funny, that it will go unnoticed. There's no way that anyone would think that looks a little comedic. Ah man, but me trying to figure out how to use the map has been like one of the underlying challenges this entire game. Really goes to show I probably should have rounded out this game using the HD port instead of using the Wii edition. Also, it should teach me not to be that cheap in life. Especially when it comes to preparing Let's Plays. Oh, don't go over there. Don't want to talk to those enemies. I want to go to this trio of Lizalfos. Oh, there's actually 4 of them here. I want to try using some of my cool tricks on them, like the Mortal Draw. Come on. Don't. You don't have to jump like that, buddy. There we go. Took a little damage on it about that, or from them. But took about 1 blow. That is amazing. Oh, it's one over here. Oh, why not? Let's give him the treatment too. No, actually, you get back up. I want to use a help splitter on you. Yeah! I said I want to use those tricks a little more often, and by gum, I'm sticking to my word. In the meantime, we managed to find ourselves another enemy, and this guy somehow survived a help splitter move. Oh, he's dead now. There, it's a Bebo, so we haven't seen these guys in a while. Of course, the core is a little different, but the function still remains the same. I wonder how long it'll take for me to get the compass. Because if it takes a little while, then we might have to stop the episode, but I'm pretty sure it might not take that long. Just trying to figure out how to have a good stopping point. Hey look, spinner track! One of the few times we can use this handy item. That goes underrated and underutilized. Still pissed about that. I'm not letting that go. At least they made amends back in Hyrule Warriors for this gadget. What we gotta do now is take this. And be careful of the spikes, of course. Drop it over there. I also saw, speaking of unused enemies, there's an early unused Beamos model that kind of resembles the one from Ocarina of Time. Maybe they kind of use it as a basis to how to design what it would look like in this game. That's gotta be why they went with that in the first place. Alright, for this other pot, we need to push down that second switch. Do we go up or down? Now we'll explore. Why not? Ah, good choice anyways. Because there was a pot down here anyways. Or maybe there was one up top too, so it probably didn't matter which way we had to go. So these are, I believe, our baby Gomas that we're using. Or beating up, rather. They can die in a myriad of ways because they're pretty weak enemies. They're basically a horde type of foe. So you can take them out in a multitude of ways. They're pretty scared of you though. I actually thought they would try to attack you, but turns out they're all afraid of you. That doesn't matter. Spin them away again! Show the power of the Beyblade! Too bad the sprint can only go so far after you get it out. Even with tap the item button, doesn't help it gain much speed. Oh well, we'll switch to archery then. That way it's a lot more fun. Don't target that. Thank you. Now when someone got near the turnstile thingy. Blow you away. And blow you away too. Oh, I had to do that anyways to create that shortcut. Alright, cool. That was convenient. I really didn't think that would have a purpose. I just wanted to get that pot. Go back up. I want to see what else we can find, because I know we can go higher. Oh, that's a bell. We can't go there yet. And that's not going any farther. So it's only 3 levels to this junction. We push that pot back in first, because I don't want this to go sliding out of this device when I need to use that to weigh down that second switch. There we go. Pick that up in the meantime. Just avoid the spikes. He just crossed over, so that's good timing for us. Wait, that's the wrong way. So I still have a bit of a way to travel. At least that pot is made of steel or iron or whatever. The point is, it can't be broken. And it can't be shattered. The same cannot be said for my fleshy body. I know I can just switch over to the magic armor and prevent damage, but I'm being stubborn now. At least we're both circling around in the same rotation now. Apparently me getting hit by that caused that to happen. And I didn't mean to do that. What I meant to do was to have it push down. Nope, gotta inch a little further. There we go. And now we can go up. I'm not sure what he was trying to do there. Looked like he was trying to go for a ledge, but the game already beat him racing to the next part. Alright. So what's the challenge us? It's gonna be these two Armos now. I wonder if it's possible to get behind... Yeah, just go around them. Well, you go around one, take out the first one, and then pick out the second one while it's stationary with an arrow. So that can be an easy way to do it, but I want to do this the hard way. I want to earn this next victory. Oh, careful. Oh, that's almost a perfect backslice too. Think about the backslice though, you can rotate a little too far away when it comes to find the Armos. So what I like to do is go a little away from them and then use the backslice. Because for some reason when you have distance away from them while facing face to face with them before committing to the backslice, it will attract you to their gem and it will make contact with their weak point. I'm not sure how that works, but that's always been like the viable way to use the backslice against the Armos. Somehow Link can move like forward and sideways at the same time while he's rolling to the side. I don't get it either, but that's how he gets victories against those Armos. It's a pretty weird thing that he does, but it helps out just the same. I want to get this chest next before we go back. Aha! That was another stamp. The highlight letter L. L used to be a red rupee. The one time we're taking the L isn't as bad as usual. As we know by now, red rupees cost 20, and while that's plentiful, there's even more valuable rupees we get in this game. And I think that's gonna do it for now, because quite frankly, I'm not sure where to proceed next. Well, since we have the key, I guess the next logical thing to do would be to enter this room, but we've got a little ways into this Twilight Princess edition of the Temple of Time as it is, and we're still have a long way to go before we complete it. Quite frankly, the Temple of Time isn't one of the harder dungeons to complete, despite the fact that it's kinda late into the game when you find this place, but I've always never had trouble with it. If anything, this is actually quite a fun iteration of the temple in my opinion, so I'm looking forward to tackling the rest of it. So next time, we're gonna unlock that door behind us to head further into the Temple of Time. Until we meet again, farewell for now.